In the enchanting moonlit streets of New Orleans, the arrival of 2023 cast a haunting veil of prophecy over the city, dimming the once exuberant Halloween spirit that had always thrived in the heart of the historic French Quarter. As I, Liam Sinclair, stood amidst the ethereal glow, I couldn't help but feel a foreboding sense of unease as I embarked on an extraordinary and spine-tingling journey. An ominous tale began to unfurl before my very eyes, a narrative that seemed to transcend the confines of time and reality, whispered to me by the gentle bayou winds that rustled through the swaying Spanish moss. The essence of the city itself seemed to pulse with an ancient energy, as if secrets long buried were yearning to resurface. It was Isabella Dupont, an old college friend, who beckoned me to her newly inherited mansion nestled deep within the heart of the French Quarter. Her name alone had always carried an otherworldly mystique, and the aura of mystery that clung to her was undeniable. With each step I took towards her ancestral home, I couldn't help but wonder what enigmatic forces were at play, ready to transport us into a world where the boundaries between the supernatural and the real would blur, leaving us both forever changed. Isabella's unexpected invitation held the allure of an unforgettable Halloween night beneath the radiant glow of a full moon. Little did I suspect the ominous curse concealed within the celestial event that would unfold. The storied streets of the French Quarter thrummed with a frenetic energy, as costumed revelers reveled in the revelry of the night. I stepped onto the cobblestones of Dupont Manor, just as the moon's silvery light began to wrestle twilight's eerie glow into obscurity. Isabella, resplendent in her crimson gown, greeted me with a mysterious smile, her eyes aglint with secrets that whispered in the corners of her bewitching gaze. In her hand, she held a goblet brimming with an enigmatic, ruby-red elixir, its depths a swirling vortex of intrigue and temptation. With that simple offering, she set the stage for an extraordinary night, one destined to unravel the very fabric of reality, and reveal the unimaginable truths hidden beneath the surface of our ordinary lives. As the night unfurled, Isabella's gathering would prove to be a kaleidoscope of revelations, each more astonishing than the last, drawing me deeper into a world I could never have fathomed. Little did I know that the full moon's luminescent beauty was merely the backdrop to a mesmerizing and perilous dance with the arcane, a fateful encounter that would forever alter the course of my existence. The evening had unfolded in a whirlwind of mirth and merriment, an intoxicating blend of laughter and the sweet, heady aroma of wine. The passage of time seemed nothing more than a fleeting illusion, as if the world beyond the confines of the manor had ceased to exist. Yet, as the night wore on and the ominous ascent of the full moon loomed ever nearer, a palpable sense of unease began to creep over the revelry. Isabella, our enigmatic host, had guided me through the sprawling mansion, adorned with ancestral portraits bearing witness to generations long past. The ancestral tapestries whispered tales of a lineage steeped in enigma and obscurity. We reached a chamber unlike any other, a chamber draped in the shadowy presence of a colossal, ornate mirror that reflected the unsettling secrets of the room. It was here that Isabella chose to unveil her family's most sinister legacy, a curse that had tormented them for centuries. The cursed affliction of lycanthropy, she explained, would inevitably seize the members of her family on the Halloween nights when the full moon's sinister countenance hung in the heavens. As she spoke of this ominous inheritance, my initial skepticism dissolved into a gnawing dread that clawed at the edges of my sanity. The transformation unfolded before my disbelieving eyes, a surreal metamorphosis that defied all reason. Isabella, the woman I had known only as a gracious and beguiling host, underwent a nightmarish transition into a fearsome wolf, her once soothing words taking on a chilling gravity. I stood in that chamber, aghast and paralyzed by the stark realization that the legends and myths whispered about her family were undeniably true. As the moon's sinister ascent reached its zenith, I had become an unwilling witness to the terrifying manifestation of lycanthropy, a phenomenon that forever bound me to a night of horrors that defied explanation and reason. With my heart pounding in my chest, I executed a daring escape from the nightmarish room, frantically slamming the door shut as Isabella, the monstrous entity, leaped towards me with a guttural growl. The sound of the door sealing shut offered a brief respite, but the haunting echoes of her cursed howls continued to reverberate through the labyrinthine halls of Dupont Manor, relentlessly urging me further into the eerie depths of the mansion. As I stumbled through the dimly lit corridors, I found myself in a hidden chamber, concealed from prying eyes for countless generations. Within its walls, the room told a chilling tale of the DuPont family, who had been ensnared by a malevolent witch's vindictive curse. It was an eerie narrative that unfolded with each detail I uncovered, shedding light on the ghastly transformation they underwent under the spectral light of a full moon every Halloween night. They were turned into insatiable, bloodthirsty werewolves. The history of the DuPonts, who once lived as an ordinary family, had been marred by the sinister whims of the vengeful witch. The curse, it seemed, was a sinister memento of the family's long-forgotten sins, and now, it had become a harrowing legacy that clung to the very walls of DuPont Manor. Each Halloween, the moon cast an eerie glow on the mansion, setting the stage for their gruesome transformation into nightmarish beasts. My journey through DuPont Manor was far from over, and the tragic history of the DuPonts left me with a profound sense of foreboding. As I ventured deeper into the ominous mansion, I couldn't help but wonder if I would encounter more of the cursed family's descendants, or if there was any way to break the ancient curse that bound them to their lupine fate. The horrors of this twisted manor continued to unfold, and I was inexorably drawn further into its heart, determined to unravel the enigma that held this cursed family in its nightmarish grip. Determined to put an end to the malevolent curse that had tormented the DuPont family for centuries, I embarked on a journey that would test the very limits of my knowledge and abilities. Armed with an ancient tome and the whispered secrets of long-forgotten sorcerers, I set out to gather the necessary ingredients for a ritual that had been concealed in the shadows of history. The burden of destiny rested heavily upon my shoulders, for the curse had been a relentless specter, haunting generation after generation of DuPonts. It had stolen the light from their lives, leaving only darkness in its wake. Isabella, the latest victim of this insidious blight, had been condemned to a life of suffering, her true self hidden beneath a shroud of despair. Her only solace was the love and determination burning within her heart. As I scoured the realms of forgotten knowledge and ventured into the deepest, most mysterious corners of the city, I discovered the rare and elusive ingredients required for the ritual. They were as exotic as they were perilous to obtain, but I was fueled by a determination to break the chains of the curse once and for all. The night of the ritual arrived, cloaking New Orleans in an eerie, foreboding darkness. Isabella, who had been trapped in the form of a spectral being, awaited my arrival with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Her translucent form flickered like a candle in the wind, her eyes reflecting the weight of her curse. It was a gaze that had seen the passage of centuries, and it carried the pain of 1,000 lifetimes. With reverence, I prepared the ritual, arranging the ingredients with meticulous care. The air was charged with an otherworldly energy as I recited incantations passed down through generations. Isabella's ethereal form quivered as the elixir, a shimmering concoction, touched her lips. The tears that welled in her eyes mirrored my own as the curse was temporarily lifted. In that fragile moment, I witnessed the true essence of Isabella, unburdened by the malevolence that had plagued her for so long. Yet, we both understood that our work was far from over. The curse's darkness, though temporarily banished, lingered like a shadow in the corners of the room. We had to confront it head-on to ensure it would never return to haunt the DuPont family. Together, we entered a hidden chamber within the mansion, where the curse's dark legacy was to be sealed. In the center of the chamber lay an ancient talisman, a relic of forgotten times that had once harbored the malevolence now afflicting Isabella. With trembling hands, we channeled the remaining power of the ritual to imprison the curse within the talisman. The air crackled with energy, and the talisman absorbed the malevolent force, leaving only an eerie, quiet stillness in its wake. As dawn broke over New Orleans, the mansion was bathed in the soft, warm light of hope. The curse that had plagued the DuPont family for centuries was finally broken, its darkness confined within the ancient talisman. Isabella and I, standing side by side, made a solemn vow to protect the cursed relic, ensuring that it would never again be unleashed upon the world. The memory of that fateful night lingered, a haunting reminder of the darkness that could consume even the most enchanting of nights. It was a testament to the enduring power of love and sacrifice, a tale of two souls bound by their unwavering determination to break free from the shackles of an ancient curse. In the heart of New Orleans, hope triumphed over darkness, and the legacy of the DuPont family was rewritten as a story of resilience, love, and the strength to defy destiny.